Good morning. We're going to get ourselves started here. First off, welcome to Blue Valley Southwest High School. My name is Dr. Tyler Alexander, and I have the privilege of being the principal of this beautiful building. I'd like to acknowledge and welcome all of our guests throughout the Kansas City metro area, both athletes, parents, and other community members. I'd also like to welcome members of our Blue Valley District Office, including our superintendent, Dr. Tanya Merrigan, as well as other members of our team. And I'd also like to give a large and huge shout out and thank you to our staff and our office, our custodial team, and our administrators for getting this morning set up to welcome all of you and to celebrate the accomplishments of these outstanding high school athletes. And with that, I'd like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Dave Stewart, to get this started. Thank you.
Wow, this place is fancy. You guys have carpet on the floor. In a gym? Never had that. Thank you, Dr. Alexander, and good morning, Timberwolves. It's good to be here as we celebrate your quarterback, the winner of the Simone Award. It's with a heavy heart in that we're missing Mo Lago, who organized this day from start to finish for 40 years. Mo used to crawl around on the floor behind the table with all of the trophies, telling me what I'd done wrong, what was out of order, with his sweaty smile. Mo passed away in July, and today he is missed so much. He cared so much about this day being perfect because the kids were so important, and it has been since 1983. We're delighted that the McCarthy Auto Group continues their incredible support in the high school community as our presenting sponsor. We do have a couple of representatives of McCarthy, if you would stand up and be honored. Thank you. In 1983, the Simone family turned an incredible tragedy into a time to celebrate and be thankful, celebrate young people. This morning, we remember a life that ended well before high school at age 12. His message remains timeless. This is the story of Tommy Simone.
You know, Tommy and I got to be friends early on through baseball, football, basketball, playing all the sports together. And he was one of those guys that at a very early age, you could tell, as I look back now, had a real positive influence on me.
He was my big brother. We did everything together.
He was that guy that you could lean on as a teammate, made you feel good about yourself, lifted people up.
He was a loving, caring young man.
He was big for his age, and he wouldn't let the fellow classmates, pick on kids that were not as fortunate or not as popular.
He was kind of wise beyond his years, I would have to say.
All of us probably later on, as we became more athletic and got older and started learning leadership qualities. It's kind of funny, you look back and Tommy had those at 10 and 11 years old. And so he was a really special guy, somebody that I miss a lot.
That day, was the day that changed my life.
Anthony Simone was writing some checks when his son told him he was going next door to the drugstore for some bubble gum. But the pharmacy was closed, so Tommy had to cross the street to a grocery store.
I heard a screech and glass breakage, and just sounded like an accident. And I jumped straight up and ran outside, and I saw him laying up the street.
Just driving down there, we were thinking, oh, he has a broken leg, something to that extent. That's kind of what our conversation was, driving down to the hospital. And it was the moment that we walked in. My mom saw my dad's face, and she just fell to the floor.
This is your first game, son. I hope you win. I hope you win for your sake, not mine. Because winning is nice. It's a good feeling. Like the whole world, it's yours. But it passes, this feeling. And what lasts is what you've learned. And what you learn about is life. That's what sports is all about, life.
I just think it was his spirit, and I can't say at the time I thought that it was important other than to keep his name alive, his spirit alive.
You know, I still get emotional when I think about it. I look back and I remember looking at my father, you know, when I was standing up there getting my award and thinking, wow, you know, I mean, he was so proud. And then I remember looking at Anthony and Edie and you know, there were tears in their eyes for different reasons, you know. I mean, there was joy and there was sadness, you know, because, you know, I was representing, you know, I was representing their family, I was representing their son.
It's beyond any dream that I could ever have about where it has grown to, and it's all because of Tommy's spirit again, and our friends and people that see what the award is about and take it to heart.
I get the chills right now just thinking about it.
Knowing Anthony and Edie and knowing Tommy, I'm not surprised that his memory has developed this into this. I'm not surprised that the type of person he was could have led to something like this.
To see these great athletes and how, you know, this is what they strive for. This is what, you know, at the beginning of the year that, you know, they want to win the Simone. I mean, it's like the Heisman Trophy for college players. I mean, they want to win this award. And I don't think until they win it and they get to the ceremony, they realize the importance of what it really, really is.
If one, if five, if 50 of them listen to this and understand the mantra of the love, courage, friendship champions, then I think that's fantastic, and I think he has a positive impact on a lot of young people even today.
As I sit back now and just see what it's become, it is such an honor that people hold that in the high regard, because to us, we look at it as this is the way we can carry on my brother's name.
We used to try to trick the Simone winner, make him think he was going to somebody else's school. A very sophisticated plan with the head coach and athletic director. But then we'd hide him in the office, make him sharpen pencils. You guys use pencils anymore? You know what they are? It's a little graphite thing. You stick it in the deal. And we discovered it's more fun to bring him out early so he doesn't miss anything. And he has had a ball over the past half hour meeting people and seeing what this day is all about. Voted the most outstanding player in the Metro by coaches and select media. Please welcome the 41st annual Simone winner, your quarterback, Dylan Dunn. The Simone headlines the 5-player awards we're recognizing today, starting with the Otis Taylor Award presented by Stuart Halling. Otis, a key part of the Chiefs' early glory years in a time when teammates were super close, had each other's backs, they loved each other. Otis passed away in March, but his memory lives on flickering film with a game-clinching touchdown, high-stepping it down the sidelines with the Chiefs' upset over the Vikings in Super Bowl IV. When Otis retired, he held Chiefs records for receiving yards, touchdowns, and 100-yard games. Since 2007, the Otis Taylor Awards gone to the Metro's best wide receiver or tight end. We're going to bring up a special guest to help with this year's presentation. He was a wide receiver for the Chiefs, and you think about, well, all of the great wide receivers and tight ends to come through, Tony Gonzalez in the Hall of Fame. Nobody had more touchdown catches as a rookie than this guy, Mark Bowrichter, if you would come up and represent the Chiefs and help us with our Otis Taylor presentation today. He goes by Bo also. Before we introduce this year's winner, we're going to have the other three finalists stand up. You can't clap for every player that stands up today or you'd miss lunch, and then the principal would be on me and we'd be in trouble. So we're going to bring up a special person, Elizabeth Dunn, who is Dylan's mom. Dylan says she's very outgoing. We're going to find out here in a second. For example, stand out in front so everybody can see. Don't hide behind the podium, all right? If I were to say head coach Anthony Orrick, you guys would go, stomp, stomp, clap, okay? So we're going to practice one time, and Mrs. Dunn is going to show you how you do it. Okay, so if I said head coach Anthony Orrick, then she would go stomp, stomp, clap. Okay, you guys got it? Makes everybody feel good. They get the same amount of clap. Okay, you may be seated. Mark, you want to do it again? Okay, one more time. Ready? Anthony Orrick. Perfect. Very good. You may be seated. She did great, Mark. You can sit down, otherwise you're going to be up here for an hour, and then you're going to really be ticked off at me. Okay. It's a smart group. I noticed nobody's phone is out, except Mick Schaefer. He's tweeted 3 times. At least. Here are the 2023 finalists for the Otis Taylor Award presented by Stuart Halling, recognized on Channel 41 last week. Guys, please stand when I call your name and remain standing, and then we can do stomp, stomp, clap. Aiden Bruce, senior wide receiver, running back, Olathe North. What's up, Aiden? How are you? Isaiah Mosey from Lee Summit North, not able to be here this morning. They have an award ceremony this morning, and we had to move the ceremony back, so they're forgiven. And Keelan Smith, senior wide receiver, Liberty North. Great. You guys are good. You can go crazy on this one, okay? The winner of the 2023 Otis Taylor Award, presented by Stuart Halling, from Blue Valley Southwest, senior wide receiver, Alex Parks. Alex was a key part of your school's record-setting offense, starring on a 10-2 team, 83 catches, 1,381 yards, 20 touchdowns, 1,819 receiving and return yards when you put them together. He's over at the interview desk to be grilled by Mick Schaefer.
This is a serious jacket here. Is it a new purchase, or do you wear it to school every Wednesday?
Just got it.
Very nice. I just want to test right there. Hey, you catch everything within an area code. How do you see these hands? How good are your hands? Are they big? What's the deal? How does it work?
I have no idea.
You do just 2 hands, though, right?
Yep, it's 2. Yep.
Okay, I'm cheating there. All right, so you broke your collarbone sophomore and junior year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? How much motivation did that give you coming back as a senior just to get through this year?
I mean, of course, like my teammates, like coming together, I really just wanted to have like a full season, and then my teammates just making me stronger and pushing me to my best in practice, just make sure I was getting back, even my sophomore and junior year. So it's a great feeling actually playing a full season this year.
Yeah. You're not the biggest guy in the world. How are you able to excel in a position that one's size, that one's height?
I would just say probably just my speed. Just my speed, just trying to run the routes as fast as possible, try to get open. So.
All right. Anybody you'd like to thank today?
I mean, of course, the Simone winner, Dylan Dunn. I mean, and my teammates, of course, my family, my brothers, Adam and Anthony, and that's really it.
Congratulations. Maybe the best looking guy in here with the jacket and everything, Alex Parks. Taylor Award winner, nice job.
Bobby Bell is one of my all-time favorite 78 reasons. He's always been a great supporter of the Simone Awards. 5 years ago, he graduated from the University of Minnesota, 53 years after he left college to begin his pro football career. Bobby made a promise to his dad that he would graduate, and he did. He's still looking for a job, though. I don't know what's happening there. Often considered the best outside linebacker ever to play in the National Football League. Bobby, the first Chiefs player inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and you should see him dance. Twinkle Toes, would you kind of make your way up front, please? Dave, you said you weren't going to do that this year. I always do that. Come on up front, because we need you to help with this.
Ryan Kirchner, who won his award, is here too.
Okay. Ryan Kirchner is also here, former Bobby Bell winner. If you would come through. This young man won your award. Look at how good he looks. This award goes to the best lineman linebacker in the small school classes 1 through 4. At this time, we have two great men in front of us to help with our presentation. Anthony Bear Simone, 2001 Bell winner, is here. He's the head coach at St. Pius X. And Charlie Simone, Bell winner, 2002, will join our group up front with part of the posse. There are a lot of Simone children. Let's meet our other three finalists. Fellas, please stand, and that'll be your clue to stomp twice and clap. Otherwise, Mrs. Dunn is going to get back up if you don't do it right, okay? Derek Joyner, senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Grandview High School. Ashton Moore, junior linebacker, Lewisburg High School. And Kean Payne, senior defensive tackle, St. Thomas Aquinas. Thank you, fellas. Bobby Bell Award is sponsored by Shemeka's Italian Sausage Company and Shemeka's Retail Market and Deli. The 2023 winner was a finalist last year. Senior linebacker from Pleasant Hill, Braden Bush, is the Bell winner. Braden finished the year with 128 total tackles, 89 were solos, 21 tackles for loss on a Rooster team that went 9-2 over the season, reaching the Class 4 quarterfinals. Hold it over your head for the next hour, because it doesn't weigh anything, does it? No. Dylan's going to find that. Make your way over to Mick Schaefer. He is prepared for you in the interview corner of the gymnasium.
If there's anybody that can do it, I think it's Braden. Probably hold that over his head for an hour. A wrestler as well, state championship wrestler. I want to know, who's tougher, football players or wrestlers?
Definitely wrestlers.
Yeah, that's the right answer there, I think. Football players are tough. Wrestlers are tough and a little crazy as well. Bobby Bell's right over your shoulder. You might want to key this way. He's got a couple tackles left in him. There he is. You got up at 4 a.m. for off-season workouts on your own. Why? And what'd you do?
Well, I've always been told, I'm a little smaller than my competition, a little too slow. So, I made an emphasis of mine to get up and teach myself discipline and just work at what I'm missing, play at that next level.
I bet Bobby, do you ever wake up at 4 a.m. to work out? Oh, yeah. All the time. 3:50 is when he woke up. You've been all over these Bell and Fontana categories the last couple of years. How good does it feel to win one this year?
Oh, it's amazing. Last year came close. I lost to a really good competitor. Actually played him for the conference championship. But yeah, winning it this year it's huge to me.
Who would you like to thank for winning this?
Thank God, my mom and dad, my coaches and teammates. They're always there to push me.
Braden Bush, congratulations, winner of the Bobby Bell Award.
We are always proud to recognize greatness out of the Interscholastic League and KCK areas in the Metro with distinguished athletic history, honoring the top offensive player and defensive player. This year, both are from Lincoln College Prep. Divine Jones on defense and quarterback Aaron Rimson VI. Fellas, if you would, please head over to Mick Schaefer. They've got really cool plaques underneath their chairs, but you can take them or hold on to them. Give them a nice hand, if you would, as they make their way over. This year, Divine had 39 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, 9 passes broken up, 14 targets, only 2 catches allowed this season. Aaron Rimpson at quarterback, 373 rushing yards, 310 total return yards and a touchdown, 263 receiving and a TD. Also, a 75% passer, 30 for 40. 743 yards with 9 touchdowns. Mick, time's yours.
Divine, just a junior. How much you like playing on that blue turf? Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I love it. It feels real good on Friday nights.
Only 14 passes your way this entire season. Did you get bored out there?
For sure. My coach, my DB coach here, you could ask him. I was on the headset, like, Coach, put me on the other side. Like,
Give them more space there. If you're not as good, Divine, then they'll throw it your way. That's the answer.
Yeah, but they ain't throw it my way, so it means something.
What is winning this?
It mean a lot, like just putting on for the city, showing that the inner city kids could play.
Awesome. Congratulations. Divine Jones. Aaron Rimpson, come on in here. Are you Aaron Rimpson the 6th? Yes, sir. All right, we've got Aaron Rimpson the 6th here. There's 5 others that came before you, huh?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to name your son?
Aaron Rimpson the 7th.
There we go, the 7th. You up in the Simone Awards here in a couple decades here. You were, you like rushing for touchdowns or passing for touchdowns better?
I like passing and getting my teammates involved and see how happy they are when they score touchdowns.
Did you throw his way in practice and stuff?
No. I couldn't.
Not even practice. You're bored in practice. Yeah. Who would you like to thank? What does winning this award mean to you?
It means a lot. Like he said, being an inner city kid, showing that you can make a change and like put emphasis on the city kids that they can play too. But I want to thank my mom, dad, and God and my teammates.
Great team every year. Great players this year. We appreciate it, guys. Congratulations, Aaron and Divine. Nice job, boys.
We wanted to get 50 kids out of school, and we did that by coming up with an all-Simone team. They get a cool patch for their leather jackets. Coaches get out of school for half the day, take them to lunch. All are semifinalists for the 5 awards. We're going to have a big clap at the end, okay? The Simone top 10, we're going to have the guys stand up, the 10 guys, and we'll meet the whole group, then they can sit down, okay? All right. Dylan Dunn, senior quarterback, Blue Valley Southwest. Don't clap, yeah. Ty Williams, senior running back, Grain Valley. Jay-Sean Ross, senior defensive end, wide receiver, Liberty North, state champion. Bryce Norenberg, senior quarterback, Olathe South. Ethan Hansen, senior quarterback, Rockhurst. Braven Powell, junior quarterback, Gardner Edgerton, state champion. Aiden Hinkle, senior quarterback, Oak Park. Wesley Edison, senior quarterback, Free State. And McGuire Richmond, junior linebacker, kicker, punter, tight end, Blue Valley. All right, you guys sit down. That's enough of you. All right. Fontana semifinalists, Hudson Bailey, sophomore quarterback, St. Pius. Kobe Westfall, junior quarterback, Warrensburg. Cameron Emmons, senior running back, Kearney, state champ. Declan Battle, senior quarterback, Lewisburg. Braden Bush, senior running back, linebacker, Pleasant Hill. Colton Bruisven, that's what they call him in wrestling, senior running back, Tonganoxie. Hunter Bailey, senior running back, Adrian. Cam Zahn, senior quarterback, St. Michael. Trey Carter, senior quarterback, Atchison. And Caleb Scott, senior wide receiver, defensive back, return specialist, Baser Linwood. All right, you guys can sit. Nicely done. Buchanan semifinalists, Melvin Laster, senior linebacker, Liberty North, state champ. Mark Debiak, senior defensive end, Gardner Edgerton, state champ. Tommy Coppinger, senior linebacker, Rockhurst. Jaden Woods, junior defensive end, Mill Valley, state champion. Andrew Sprague, senior offensive line, Rockhurst. Gus Hawkins, senior offensive line, EMA, Mill Valley, state champion. Dawson Merritt, junior defensive end linebacker, Blue Valley High School. Brett Carroll, senior defensive lineman, Olathe East. And that makes up our Buchanan semifinalists. Have a seat, fellas. Nice job. The Bell top 10 semifinalists, Braden Bush, senior linebacker, Pleasant Hill. Kean Payne, senior defensive tackle, St. Thomas Aquinas. Derek Joyner, senior offensive line, defensive line, Grandview. Ashton Moore, junior linebacker, Lewisburg. Spencer Dome, senior linebacker, St. James Academy. Caden Munson, senior guard, defensive end, Lafayette County. Theo Grace, a junior, a linebacker at Kearney, state champion. Jeremy Schleicher, senior offensive line, Bishop Miege. Carl Moley, junior linebacker, St. Pius X. And Bo Smith, junior offensive defensive lineman from Chillicothe. And the All Simone team, honoring the wide receivers in the Otis Taylor group. Alex Parks, senior wide receiver, Blue Valley Southwest. Keelan Smith, senior wide receiver, Liberty North, state champion. Aiden Bruce, senior wide receiver, running back, Olathe North. Tate Everard, senior wide receiver, Blue Valley Southwest. Bryce Lasaka, senior wide receiver, Stanford bound, Park Hill. Tommy Hutzler, junior wide receiver, St. Pius. Isaiah Holthouse, senior wide receiver, Tonganoxie. Lexton Grafke, senior wide receiver, Lansing High School. Crew Myers, senior wide receiver, Blue Valley West High School. And Larry Cascone, junior running back, St. Pius X. Having a nice hand for all 51 guys honored here today. Since 1983, we've added meaningful layers to these awards. One of them is the Nathan Stiles Inspiration Award, as we honor a young man who died after collapsing during a Spring Hill game back in 2010. The Nathan Project has given out thousands of Bibles since then because that aligned with his values. The message has always been the same. Take the Bible home, read it, wear it out, get some wisdom out of it that can work for you in a meaningful way. Nathan's family is here. Would you please come up and be recognized? Ron and Natalie are here this morning. The 2014 Stiles Inspiration Award is also here. He needed emergency brain surgery after collapsing during an Olathe East game. Faith, hard work, and love have been the constants on his road back. With his parents, Susan and Patrick, please welcome James McGinnis, who will tell us why we selected this year's Stiles winner. Patrick is always the fanciest dressed guy in the building every year.
It's my honor to present the 2023 Nathan Stiles Inspiration Award on behalf of the Stiles family. This year, award winner dominated his high school sports year. In football, he was a 2-year All-State defensive back. The quarterback of the 1979 state championship team. And in basketball, he was a 1,000-point scorer. And his relay team still holds the record for the 4x800 relay at his high school. In college at William Jewell, he played 4 years of football and baseball, as well as 1 year basketball, where he was inducted into the William Jewell Athletic Hall of Fame. Impressive, but not what he will be remembered for. In 1985, his life changed in an instant due to a car accident that left him a quadriplegic at age 22. He spent 3 months at St. Luke's on the Plaza and 3 months at Craig in Denver. He helped coach football at William Jewell College in the fall of 1986. In 1987, Bill Moss, the head football coach of Smithville, called and asked him to join the football staff. He was reluctant at first because he thought, what can I do as a quad to help coach football? He had to improve his communication skills because he could not demonstrate what he was asking of his players. He answered the question by spending the next 35 years as an assistant coach at Smithville High School. The impact he had within Plattsburgh and Smithville schools and communities are truly hard to measure. He taught athletes and those around him for 38 years, no matter what our problems were. Lessons of commitment, humility, loyalty, and perseverance with a positive attitude and a smile. This past May, we lost a great one. Before his passing, he was quoted as saying, "I hope kids can see me and never give up on anything they do." I worked with great coaches in the past, my bad, and even now, but it feels good to know I'm making a difference in kids' lives. Coach Corey Wolford, rest in peace. Accepting on behalf of Corey is his twin brother Chris and family. Please join me in congratulating the coach Corey Wolford so he can hear us up in heaven. He never surrendered.
Corey's brother Chris, Michelle, daughter Peyton, here this morning as well. We appreciate the Wolford family and recognize a great champion. Our Coach of the Year is named after Eric Driscoll, the late coach at Blue Valley High School, who had such pride in his job, way beyond just winning. He loved those kids, made Tiger football part of his extended family. Our finalists for the Driscoll Award, please stand when your name is called. Kelly Donahoe from Rockhurst, up at the chief seats. 11-2 Hawklets, knocked out of the playoffs by Class 6 state champions Liberty North by 1. Anthony Orrick, Blue Valley Southwest, 10-2, losing the playoffs by a point to the state champs from Mill Valley. Jesse Owen, Gardner Edgerton, state champs in Class 6A for the first time in school history. And William Harris, Raytown South. In 3 years' time, his Cardinals went from 0-9 to 4-7 and 8-3 this year. Chiefs Hall of Famer, K-State All-American linebacker Gary Spaney makes our presentation. What's up, Wildcat? How are you? The Chiefs and Eric Driscoll, Coach of the Year, goes to Jesse Owen, Gardner Edgerton. Our Driscoll winner was on the very first state championship team at Olathe North. Then came the flood of titles after that. Maybe the best two-way high school player I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of high school football around here. We're pretty sure he's the first ever to win a state title as a player and as a head coach in Kansas. Incredible. From 12-1, Gardner Edgerton, our Chiefs Coach of the Year, is Jesse Owen. Make your way over to Mick Schaefer, if you would, please.
I don't get it, Dave. This is the only other surprise award of the day. These toasters are getting older. You know, I don't know if their tickers can take it. Congratulations, though. That's a cool little trophy there. Good to see you, Jesse. Nice job. Congratulations. Have a seat here. That's actually the smallest of all the awards there. Yeah. Awesome helmet. Hey, congratulations. Just a dominant team. Can you say what was better this year, your offense or your defense?
No comment.
You want to say special teams just as a diplomatic answer?
No comment.
Okay. All three were dominant. Great coaching, obviously, as well. Oh, so close in 2022. It's so hard to get back. How were you guys able to do that?
Just great people. You know, you win with people. I'm a big believer in that. This award's a reflection of our players and coaches, our administration, just everyone's efforts and commitment, and our kids were terrific.
There really were. You get to the state championship game, you're a coach. You want to be in control of everything. You're here with the blizzard. What was that like, having to win it all in those type of conditions? You recommend it?
It was epic. It was like a Hallmark movie. Just you couldn't have wrote a better script, and our kids handled it well, and I'm just very proud of them and happy for our town.
Yeah, and you got a parade in the town. What has it meant for Gardner and the Edgerton communities to win the first state football title?
Well, it's been awesome. I think as time passes, we'll understand the magnitude of what it means to a lot of people. It's a one high school town, and a lot of people are prideful and super supportive, and we're just very proud to make people happy.
You've been around her for a long time. I know you knew Eric Driscoll. What does it mean to have your name attached to his award?
It's very humbling. You know, Coach Driscoll was he was a really good football coach, but he was a better human being. So this is just very humbling.
Congratulations, Jesse Owen. No S on there, just Jesse Owen, head coach of the state champs at Gardner Edgerton.
Did Coach McCall not come today, Jesse?
What's that?
Coach McCall didn't come today?
He didn't.
Did not. That's too bad. You guys would have enjoyed having him here. I'd like all of the Chiefs ambassadors to come forward now for the Buck Buchanan Award, and all of our special guests, really. Brian McCray, longtime Royal football star in high school at Blue Springs. Come on, guys, all of you. Former Chiefs, Bill Moss. Art still just had his 68th birthday, but he's wearing a hat that says 73, so he missed it by 5 years. Actually, that was Tommy Simone's money. Billy's always here, Dave Lindstrom. This is a good-looking group. Give them a nice hand, if you would, as they all come forward. Bo, you already met, J.C. Pearson. These guys have really been the backbone of the Simone Awards from the start, and we appreciate the generosity with their time and resources, giving back to the community and staying involved, and we really appreciate it every year. Tim Barnett, wow. Holy cow, dude, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Great wide receiver for the Chiefs back in the day. I could have brought you for the Otis Taylor. I didn't know you were here. The Buchanan is the second longest running award behind only the Simone and goes to the best big school lineman linebacker. Like Bobby Bell's number 78, the Chiefs also retired his number 86. Here are the finalists for the Buchanan. Guys, please stand when I say your name. We can still do stomp, stomp, clap. Elizabeth, yes? Okay. Tommy Coppinger, senior linebacker, Rockhurst. Mark Debiak, senior linebacker, Gardner Edgerton. Williams Winery, unable to be here. He is at his school receiving his Under Armour All-American jersey in 17 minutes. And the winner of the Buck Buchanan Award for the third straight year, he's finally a senior, Melvin Laster from Liberty North. What a senior year it was. 98 tackles, 24 tackles for loss, 27 assisted tackles, 5 sacks, 20 quarterback pressures, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception with a 68-yard return. Somebody give him the trophy. You want the trophy? It's right behind you, B-Mac. Can you help him with that? And again, you have to hold it over your head till the end of the ceremony. 3 pass breakups, 2 defensive touchdowns, 1 state championship, all of that. And Melvin now knows the drill to go over and visit with Mick Schaefer as our 3-time winner. Congratulations.
Melvin needs to hold all 3 of those over his head. See if he can do that. I've run out of material on him, Melvin. I've interviewed you for 3 straight years here now. But I hear you're a big gamer, love video games. Is there a video game you're as dominant at as you are at football? We playing Fortnite? Is that still a thing? We playing that still, kids? No? Only Up? Are we doing the Only Up? It's a dumb game.
I don't play that game. No.
What do you play? What are you good at?
I play 2K. I play Call of Duty. Yeah. I play a little bit of Fortnite, but not since the new season came out.
You yourself in 2K, you make your own team, all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's how it's done. I'm learning here. Hey, what's it mean to make history here? 3 times in a row, same award, never been done.
Oh, it means the world to me. I've never, when I was younger, I didn't think I would be this point in my life. But now that I'm here, it feels amazing.
You've had all the individual awards these last few years. Been oh so close with the team stuff. Saturday, you win a state championship. What did that mean to cap off your career?
Oh, to be the first one in that community to win a state championship. With that community, they're on our backs. They celebrate us, and it's crazy. It's surreal.
Who would you like to thank winning a 3rd straight year?
Oh, I would like to thank all my coaches from flag football to now. Most definitely, without them, I would not be here at all.
All right, Melvin Laster, you know you can't win next year, okay? You're done. All right, you can sit back here, you can come back as a winner, but you can't win. I'm pretty sure. We'll check the rules. Maybe you'll 4th straight year. Congratulations. This year's Buchanan Award winner.
Getting heckled from the front row. I love when the ferocious guys are soft-spoken like that. Oh, boy. Nice. Good to have you back. Frank Fontana was a football and a basketball captain at St. Pius more than 30 years ago. In 1981, he led the Warriors to a state championship in football. In his memory, the Fontana Award, presented by Echo Select, is given to the most outstanding player in the small school classes. If the Fontana family would please come forward. It was great to see Jennifer again this morning. If you would all come up front. And former Fontana winners, Brian Kechter and Nick Ziccarelli, here this morning as well. Time to recognize our finalists. Stomp, stomp, clap. Declan Battle, senior quarterback, Lewisburg. Cameron Emmons, senior running back, state champion, Kearney. And Kobe Westfall, junior quarterback, Warrensburg. And the winner of the Frank Fontana Award, presented by Echo Select, given to the most outstanding player in the small school category, Hudson Bailey, sophomore quarterback, St. Pius X. The Warriors quarterback had a breakout season as a sophomore, throwing for more than 2,600 yards, 2651, 38 TDs. Hudson completed nearly 67% of his passes, helping Pius go to 11-3 and on to the state semifinals. He's the fourth Warrior to win the award, but first since 2006. Here's what's interesting. Next year, Pius will be in Class 5, and he'll be a junior, and perhaps a candidate for the Fontana and the Simone. If you would, go over and visit with Mick Schaefer now. Sophomore. Congratulations.
Did you smile for that picture there? Not even for that picture. I heard you never smile in pictures. Is that true?
Not a lot.
Do you smile in TV interviews?
No.
Nothing at all? Like tickled you or something like that? No?
I just talk.
You just talk? You won't look at that camera and smile right now?
I will.
Let's do it right now.
Do we do it?
I smiled big enough for both of us. I don't know if you did or not. Hey, congratulations. What does it mean for you to win this award knowing the history of the Fontana and Simone families at St. Pius?
Feels good to bring it back to Pius, and I don't know. I'm kind of speechless right now. Yeah.
We got a microphone in your face. It's time to talk. How about this? I hear you're a big hunter. Is that right? What season are we in Missouri?
Waterfowl.
Waterfowl. Have you got some so far?
A lot.
Okay. A lot of waterfowl. Is it deer season coming up soon? Where are we at?
We already passed that.
Okay. Did you get one?
No.
Okay. Well, you got a big trophy, okay? Big rack on that trophy, so to speak. Who would you like to thank for this award?
First off, I'd like to thank God, my parents and siblings, and my coaches and teammates for allowing me to do what I do, and that's it.
They're all smiling for you. Congratulations, man. Hudson Bailey, winner of the Fontana Award.
Hudson, can you drive? You have a license? No? No? That's a bummer. Next Thursday. How do you go out on dates? How's that work? No? Okay, next Thursday you'll find out. Okay? Good to know. All right, you saw Tommy's dad in the video, Anthony Simone, at the beginning of the program. He'd like to come up now and share more with you about these awards.
Thanks, Dave. And Blue Valley Southwest, great host, really appreciate it, and we love being here. So give yourselves a round of applause. I'm up here for a little different reason, but first, the message that we try to give every year when we're up here, it's about how Tommy lived his life, and with words that were given to us by a opposing coach, and those words were love, friendship, courage, champions. Nathan's Shue House is going to talk about that a little bit later, but I, as a member, now you're all a member of our family, Tommy's family. I'd like to do one thing that's we haven't done before. We have our host here has a grandchild that's fighting health problems, and we all have problems. And I would like at this time if we can say a private prayer, silent prayer, just for a few seconds, for your problems, your families that has problems, and for Dave's grandchild especially. So would you give me about 10 seconds and say a private prayer? All right, thank you. I'm up here for a different reason. There is another award that we give every year, and it's called the Lifetime Achievement Award. Thomas Simone Awards present the Lifetime Achievement Award. Dave, would you step up here? Dave has been with us how many years? 30 years. And you're making it tough on me. In recognition of all that he has done for high school sports, Channel 9, 41 now, he's with the KU sports stations, and with Metro Sports. We'd like to present to Dave Stewart, honoring a member of the Kansas City High School football community who has made outstanding contribution to the betterment of the game for a significant portion of their life. This is presented to Dave Stewart, 2023.
No, okay. My wife's here somewhere in the building. Our grandson's about 2 minutes away from here, so we appreciate that prayer. I asked them if there was a Lifetime Achievement Award this year, and they said no. And I said, good, that'll save time. It's been fun for me over the past 40 years. I came back to Kansas City and Channel 9 in 1984. The Simone started the year before. But to meet all of the Simone winners and have really lifelong relationships with a lot of the guys, Uno and Dos. Jeff Kelso won the first. Sean Long was the second. But out of all of them, only one ever invited me to his wedding. Out of 41, Dylan, you're off the hook, okay? He was 13-0 as a junior quarterback at Rockhurst, then set a record at the University of Illinois as the player with the most career offensive yards. Think about that. Illinois is a big school, Big Ten. Out of all the players to come through, nobody had more total yards in a career than him. He's now the offensive coordinator at Liberty Bowl-bound Iowa State. His wedding was great. His wife is Morgan. She's adorable. They finally had a second baby. Boy and a girl, right? One of each. I said, does your wife call you Nathan or Nate? Well, she's finally over to Team Nate. I'm like, really? Everybody calls him Nasty Nate. He's like the sweetest guy that I may know. Nathan Shielhouse, our former Simone winner, would like to say a couple of words.
Yeah, it's good to be back here and with you guys. You know, for me this week, it's kind of a crazy time in college football and a crazy time in recruiting. On Monday morning, I drove from Ames up to a workout a couple hours away, a early morning workout up near the border of Minnesota. Drove from there back to the airport down in Des Moines. Flew out in the afternoon to do a home visit in Arizona that evening. Got done with the home visit about 9:30 Mountain Time. Took the first flight from Arizona out to New York City to go see a kid in the transfer portal, which all you know about now. And if you're ever going to New York City, my recommendation is, plan accordingly, because the Google Maps said that it was going to be about an hour and a half trip. That hour and a half trip turned into 3 hours, which gave me about 30 minutes to sell my soul to this transfer portal prospect, which is college football nowadays. And after that 30 minutes, I jetted back to the airport to catch the last flight last night from New York to Kansas City. And I finally sat down on the flight and honestly got some time to reflect and to think about coming back. And it was 16 years ago that I won the Simone Award, and it was an incredible moment. It was an incredible honor. But it was December of 2007, and I'm looking around at some of you guys like December of 2007. How many of you guys were born after that? Yeah, some folks, man, some folks. which is unique. But as I was reflecting back on that, I realized that this was my first time coming back to Simone Awards since having my own kids, Dave just mentioned. And I felt like I understood what this award was all about, and I understood, what the Simone family had done. But not until having kids could I ever even imagine what they had gone through, and really what this award really means. And, it's something that, again, to go through tragedy like that, and to honor Tommy in the way that they have. I've got a friend who had gone through something similar, and he says this line that's always stuck with me. He says, use the time that your loved one no longer has. And you guys have done that. You look around today, you look around through the years and what you've done, you've used the time that Tommy no longer has. You've dealt with devastating loss that nobody should ever have to go through, but the impact that you've made to use the time he no longer has is nothing short of incredible. So let's again give it up for the Simone family and everything they do. I mentioned college football and I mentioned the change that's happening, and there's so many changes that are constantly happening in college football, and the same is true of our world. It's even coming out here to Blue Valley Southwest High School. That was not around when I was out here. It was just country roads, and now I come out here, beautiful school. It's cool to be a part of. It's cool to see those changes, but the world is constantly changing. And it's probably the question I get asked the most as I go around is what's the change like in college football? NIL, what's that change like? Transfer portal, what's that change like? Signal stealing, what's that change like? You probably got to ask Sprague right there. He probably figured that out for you. But it's a crazy world, and you have to, as a coach, you have to make adjustments and anticipate things, and that's the name of the game. And it's true that change is constantly happening. It does matter to pay attention to that, but very rarely do I get the question about what's not changing in college football, and ultimately what's not changing in life. And I think today there are several pillars that I want to talk to you about, and I'd like to highlight some of the things that haven't changed. I think there are some of the things that don't change in life in general, don't change in college football. And I'm going to talk to you about 4 of those things today, okay? The first pillar, know the voice you're listening to, okay? That pillar hasn't changed in college football. In offensive football, it's important for everyone to move at the same time. If any player moves early, you're penalized and sent back 5 yards. It can also be a great advantage to an offensive player to get a slight head start because you know the snap count and the defense doesn't. But to get good at things like this, it requires practice. The very first day of workouts in the offseason, our quarterbacks stand up in front of the offense, and everybody at the same time has to clap together on the cadence. I know I seem nice when I'm up here, but if you screw up this drill, I promise I can get real angry real quick. You'll do up downs until you can't see straight because it's one of the most important things you can do on offense. The reason we practice this all year long is because I know that there's going to be a point in the season where there's going to be a chaotic environment where it's hard to hear. The defense is going to be barking, and our players will have assignments and adjustments racing through their head. The quarterback's voice and cadence has to be second nature. It has to be so familiar that even when the chaos is present, his voice can pierce through it all and allow the offense to move in unison. Know the voice you're listening to. In life, you must choose the voice you listen to, and you must lean into that snap count and cadence. The chaos of life will come. There will be noise and voices that come from everywhere, but you get to be the one to decide what voice is most familiar in your life. If I was making a few recommendations, they would look something like this. The voices that are around you that are the most important are those friends, those loved ones who know you well. Another recommendation, your mom's voice. It's still the most important voice that you have on a day-to-day basis. In our house, talk about I got a 7-year-old son, and a lot of times after dinner, he'll come up to me and he'll ask me about a snack or a treat. And in that moment, I know that the most important voice in the household is his mom, my wife's, not mine, okay? Know the voice you're listening to, okay? Oftentimes, the voice you're listening to can come from a loved one, can come from someone close to you. Another recommendation I'd give you is God's voice. It's usually a still, quiet voice that guides you towards loving, caring, and serving. Not oftentimes a thunder and booming voice from the heavens, but instead it's the nudge you hear to go encourage someone, to go pick someone up, to go left instead of right, to keep pressing on. It's a voice that leads you to kindness over evil, patience over annoyance, and love over hate. Know the voice you're listening to. The second pillar, stay poised in the pocket. Okay, stay poised in the pocket. For me, I get a chance to recruit quarterbacks, and I enjoy it because it's a position that I played in. When I'm watching a quarterback's highlight tape, one of the first things I look for is their poise in the pocket. Because I played the position, I know that standing in the pocket when 300-pound humans are chasing after you, it's not comforting. You can relate. I know that standing in the pocket can oftentimes feel discomforting. One of my favorite scars is right here under my chin. It came from one of those throwback rivalries, Rockhurst versus Blue Springs. And I remember there was a deep post route going down the middle of the field, and there was a defender bearing down on me. And as I released the ball, he hit me right under my chin. The receiver caught the ball, and there was blood gushing everywhere. Okay, I got 6 stitches after the game. But it's one of the most important scars that I have, because in that moment, I stood there and did my job while my number was being called. It's counterintuitive, and it goes against every grain and every fiber in your DNA. Staring down the barrel of the gun with your eyes downfield, making the play, knowing that pain is on the other side of the hit. Comforting? No. But it's what it takes to have success as a quarterback. Stay poised in the pocket. It's also important in life. Stand firm, be steady. The enemy will be in pursuit. If you have big goals, the enemy will be even more keen on tearing you down. As life challenges come your way, steady yourself, keep your eyes on what matters. The 300-pound opponents may cause pain, but your ability to have poise through pain will bring success to you and to those around you. It is better to have scars and stories versus running away in a moment in which you are called. Stay poised in the pocket. The third one, you have to pay attention. We're constantly telling our guys, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to the ball as it's coming in. You got to pay attention to the defender on the other side. You've got to pay attention. I told my guys earlier this year, life doesn't come with theme music. Okay, in any great moment, in any great movie, you know the important moment has arrived when the theme music starts to play. Everything in a movie has led up to this moment, and the hero is ready to make his or her mark as the music builds. But life doesn't come with theme music. You have to pay attention. I can remember like it was yesterday. I was a senior in high school, and I was at what we'll call a get-together. Some of you might refer to it as a party, all right, but I'm not here to advise that at all. But I remember like it was yesterday, these sliding glass doors opening up, and there this beautiful girl was walking right through, okay, and I had to go say something, okay? In that moment, I had to pay attention. That same girl that walked through those sliding glass doors is now my wife. We've been married 10 years. We got 2 kids. She's the love of my life, my best friend, okay? But I would not be with her if I wasn't paying attention. You have to pay attention. Distraction is the devil of this age. If you don't pay attention, great opportunities will pass you by. What you look for is what you live for, and what you live for is ultimately what you will die for, okay? What you got to decide is what you're looking at ultimately worth dying for. Give your attention to the things that matter, and don't be distracted by the things that don't. You have to pay attention. Fourth and lastly, never discount hustle. If you were to come to one of our practices at Iowa State, you would hear our defensive coaches say, run to the ball. Our offensive coaches say, relentless through the echo of the whistle. And the message we're trying to get across to our players is just hustle and good things will happen. If you don't hustle and rely on someone else to make the play, make the tackle, make the block, it's hard to have success. Never discount hustle. The valedictorian of the class often gets passed up by someone who knows how to hustle. There's a relentlessness and a tenacity that will allow you to achieve more than what you could imagine. If you're willing to commit to being that type of person, you will have a chance to accomplish great things. Never discount hustle. Like life, college football is constantly changing. But I promise you there are values that change cannot touch. If you're willing to commit to these things, that are greater than the individual, greater than status, greater than Instagram likes or TikTok dances, it can take you far, but you have to be the one to decide. The last thing I'll say is this. I won the award my junior year, but 15 years ago, my senior year, I was not the winner of the award. We won the state championship my junior year, and my senior year, we got upset in the second round of the playoffs. There are many of you in here today that did not achieve the goal or win the award or get what you wanted, but I'm here to tell you, failure can be a great fuel. Never let success go to your head, and never let failure go to your heart. Your response to failure opens up your capacity for success. Those of you who won today and those of you that have lost today, congratulations on what you've done. But more importantly, I look forward to seeing what you do because of it. Thank you again to the Simone family for everything that you've done for me, everything that you guys have done for the city. And thank you guys. Have a great day. Go Cyclones.
Dylan, do you have your cell phone in your pocket? Is it turned on or off? How many text messages do you have that you haven't looked at yet? A lot. I bet you do. All right, let's bring up former Simone and Nigro winners to help out with our presentation. They always do. Nathan, if you would go up front. Nasty Nate. Dude, you look the same as you did in high school. I mean that in the most complimentary way. Youthful charm. Phil Snowden, Sean Long, Dose, and Chase Kaufman are in the NFL as a tight end. Kevin McIntosh was here. He was the 1990 winner, and he played at the University of Missouri. He had an appointment, and he was here to give his best to all of those award winners today and those recognized. We're delighted to have DePasquale Moore as the Simone Award sponsor for the second straight year. Mike's got this. Mike, go up front with the cool kids, if you would. We'd also like to introduce the Simone finalists so they can be seen and come up front to help with the presentation. Not able to be here is the senior quarterback from Lee Summit North, state champion Elijah Leonard. They did have a school assembly at 10:30 this morning. Jay Sean Ross, senior defensive end, wide receiver, Liberty North. Come up front, young man. State champ, part of a defense that held the two-time defending state champs from CBC to 7 points in the title game. He has more than 25 college offers. And Ty Williams, senior running back, Green Valley. Ty became only the 26th player in state of Missouri history to rush for more than 2,000 yards in a single season. Congratulations to our finalists. And now it's time to finally give some love to the 41st Simone winner, presented by DePasquale Moore Law Firm, Timberwolf quarterback, Dylan Dunn. Please go up front with the former winners and get your trophy. Grab the trophy. Take the trophy. Don't act like you're getting away with anything. Hold it over your head and carry it over to Mick Schaefer. This is all he did this year. 73% passing. Normally, if he gets 60 to 65%, it's pretty incredible. And 375 passes he completed. 274, 3,777 passing yards, 47 touchdowns, yards per game, almost 315. And I've got to say, Mikey Pauley won this a couple of years ago. There's something about the quarterbacks who win this have the coolest hair.
So floppy, right? Just floppy hair. It's like they don't have time to go to a barber. You haven't had time to go to a barber all fall?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you've gone to a barber. That's cut like that.
Yeah.
God, I'm as old as Dave Stewart here now. Hey, congratulations. This is all for you. How about this? A big party. You know, everybody knows here, right?
Yep.
Yes, they are. How do you like that picture there they picked for you?
That's me with short hair.
That is. And you played without a helmet. That was amazing. Nice job. So good. Were you surprised? Did they keep it a secret?
Yeah, they did. I was actually really surprised. I was at first watch, and he told me we were going somewhere else, and then he turned around, and I was surprised to see everybody here.
Oldest trick in the book. They do it every year. It's good to hear that it's still working. How nervous were you last night? What was sleep like for you?
Yeah, I was nervous. I was thinking about this all night, and it was very nerve-wracking.
All numbers took a jump this year, from wins to points to yards to touchdowns. How were you guys able to make such a big leap in one season?
We just came together as a team, and we had one goal in mind, and we did what we needed to get there, and we just wanted to play our best and play together as a team, and we did for the most part.
Southwest never got one of these. Now they got 2 after today. What does it mean to bring the trophy here?
It's a good feeling, and we hope that we can keep it going.
I'm going to give you the mic for this one. This is something I just found out about you. Is it true you wear your number 13 to honor your brother? And if so, tell that story.
Yeah, it is true. I changed my sophomore year to the number 13 to represent my brother because that's his birthday, and he's the 13th grandchild, and I honor him because he can't play football. So
that's awesome. That's an awesome gesture there. And I saw him in attendance today with the rest of your family. All right, before you take a lap here, who would you like to thank for winning this award?
I'd like to thank my family, my coaches, and all the people that have been in my life. I would like to give a shout out to my 5 linemen up front: Jason Strickland, J.D. McCarty, Will Morgan, Brent Gillis, and Drew Jacobelski. They truly had a great season. I couldn't do without them.
Give it up for the linemen, always, all right? They never get mentioned. I didn't even know they had names, but linemen have names. What a concept. All right, pick that thing up, make a lap, get back to class. Dylan Dunn, your 2023 Tommy A. Simone Award winner. Nice job.
Mr. Dunn, congratulations. Thank you all for attending. Have a great rest of your day. Students, you are headed back to your 3rd hour. Go Wolves.